All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. It is Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time to get ready for another round of Valheim. So, on Tuesday, we managed to find the Elder and kill him. So, at this point, we are on the prowl looking for swamps so that we can start progressing towards bone mass, open up the Iron Age, upgrade a bunch of armor and weapons, all kinds of things, and switch over to building with stone, which will be wonderful. So let's get into the game. All right, no deaths so far. We're playing as Bill Burr. That's Stumps' name for saving purposes. So let's jump right into it. World modifiers, just to remind everybody, no map, easy death penalty, 1.5 times resource rates. No other changes. Everything else is pretty vanilla. I'm thinking maybe in the future we do a little more hard mode kind of modifier, maybe up the combat a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get the game going. Let's get the game going. I forget where we were in terms of progression. I think on Tuesday we did a whole bunch of terraforming to the base. I'm going to take a moment and let's see. Buffs look good, everything looks good. We're waiting for the rested buff, even though it is raining, which is unfortunate because that's going to lead to the wet effect, which is a debuff. So we're going to try to balance out the two. Ideally, you always want to have the rested effect going and the wet effect not on you. So I did do some upgrades, some minor upgrades between streams. We had laid all this out. The boars were still in a pen right about here. They were kind of locked up still. So I went ahead and tamed them. It's just 30 minutes of sitting around. Doesn't make for a very interesting stream. They were mostly tame anyways. They just ran out of carrots. I had tried to tame them when we were terraforming on Tuesday. Just never panned out. I added some more pens here for breeding, and I kind of wanted to explain the layout just a little bit. So a 4 meter by 4 meter pen is ideal, and I'm just going to use a lot of people think in what are called floor tiles. So you can kind of see the floor tile right there. A floor tile is 2 meters by 2 meters. That's why it says wood floor 2 by 2. So that's 2 meters wide, 2 meters deep, which makes this a 4 by 4 meter pen. And in order to what this does is it keeps the animals you want to breed close enough together that they're constantly mating and so produce offspring very, very quickly. But there's a limit to how much offspring they can produce. So here is the limit. You can get up to 5 boars in one 4 by 4 meter pen. And then how close can you build the next pen before the proximity of these boars starts affecting the number of boars that could, say, appear in this pen. Now, obviously, these haven't grown up to start producing more boars yet, but the answer is 10 meters. So if we took this 2 meter and said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's exactly 10 meters apart, right? And so that'll maximize our boars. These are all offspring from those two, and then I have a couple more down here. So that's how we're going to get this started. You'll notice the 2 adult boars, I renamed them with just an asterisk. And the reason for that is when you tame a boar, they sometimes have, the way it's been described to me is like a leash. In other words, where they spawn into the world, there's a leash to that XY point on the world grid. If you have them chase you back to your base, which you do quite frequently, and then tame them, there's something in their programming that makes them still try to go back to their spawn point. So every now and then you'll see one of these 2 boars just kind of dart across the pen. Right now they're kind of butting heads, so they're not going anywhere. But it's a weird, quirky behavior. If they get out of the gate, they start running like crazy. So the reason I mark them is when we go to cull some boars, we're going to cull these 2. And that way, these piggies that are in here, they were born here. So to them, this is their XY location. They're not trying to go anywhere. They're already at their spawn points. They're perfectly happy in these pens. Whereas these 2, they're less happy about it. They seem to have a will of their own to leave. So if you experience anything like that, just kind of, this is how I handle it. You may have your own methods, but that's kind of what's going on there. The only other changes I believe I've made is these wards. I just put them in here. They look nice. I turned them on so they're lit up. You can deactivate. There's no other players on the server, so it doesn't matter if they're on or off. It's just a decorative element. But they also behave just like a workbench. So if I put a workbench here, you see that red circle going around the building. That's the spawn suppression area, and it's the same for the wards. They behave just like the workbench. So for just a little more decorative and still having that spawn suppression, you could always try something like just putting the wards in the corner. Plus they take up so much less space than the actual workbench. They're tiny. They're only about 1 meter by 1 meter, whereas the workbench is like 2 by 4 meters almost. More like 1.5 by 3. It's still sizable. It's a nice compromise. Plus they light up, which I think is nice, having them on either side of your doors. You can see them easy. I didn't bother down here because we've got the portals on either side. We just don't need to waste the space like that. So the next phase is we need to find the swamps. Go ahead and go over here, take a look at what we know. Right, we went all the way out here to the Elder. I believe we just came down this way. We actually ventured out, hit the coast, and realized, okay, this is probably the island right here, just not counting this river. There's probably more this way, but we'd already gone kind of to the west and weren't really getting much. So I thought, let's try east, and this is what we found. So we haven't explored very much of the world at all. So I think what we're going to do is just keep going east. We've had some luck there. That's how we found the Elder. Let's see if we get lucky with bone mass. So just some quick things about why we're doing east-west. And we can't see it right now because it's overcast, but you know the Yggdrasil, the great branch in the sky, that massive tree branch that just extends across the sky with the glowing green veins to it, stuff like that. It's a nice tool for finding your location in a no-map run. Now we're doing kind of a hybrid version of a no-map run. You'll notice there's no mini-map in the upper right corner. If I press M, I'll hit M a bunch of times, nothing happens, right? It doesn't show us the world map. But if you go over to the cartography table, I'm running a mod called BlindCartographer, and it enables the table, which you can see the map, but only when you're at the table. So if we ever did find Haldor, he would show up on this map. We would know we had passed him and put him on the map. That was always one of the things I don't like or didn't like about no map runs is, what if you find Haldor? What if you don't see him, but you get close enough to put him on the map, and then you never go back? Like, you'll never have a chance of finding him. So I like this as a compromise. I don't mind searching for Haldor now, because if I do get close, I won't miss him. I can always come back here and be like, oh, I blew right past him, right? And so other people that do no map runs, maybe that's something you'd like to try. So BlindCartographer, that's the name of the mod I'm using. It was made by a guy named NightKosh, or at least that's his handle on Reddit. He posted in the Valheim subreddit. I went and checked it out, and I really liked it. So we're gonna keep going with it for now, see how it goes. One of the best opportunities to find Haldor is when you find the Elder. You'll notice we kind of ventured inland a bit, and I was kind of showing how if you don't have a line to follow, we've been really emphasizing lines. One of the things you can do is take the ladder or any other build piece that has a clear pointing direction, and just follow that into the woods, right? And then when you're done, as long as you go in roughly a straight line, don't turn, don't go sideways like this a whole lot to take yourself out of alignment, you can then turn around and just reverse the ladder and follow your way back home, and hopefully end up roughly at the same spot. So it's a nice way to kind of make an imaginary line for exploring. And I find that my best chance of finding Haldor is usually right by the Elder. Usually I'll go off in about 3, 4, 5, 6 directions. In this instance, he's on the coast. There's not a lot of options in terms of where we go, and nothing's popped up out here, so there's not a lot of reason to keep exploring this. I thought we'd sail, but I don't want to sail in this weather. So we're using another mod that we're going to take advantage of right now that's called... Crap, what's it called? I gotta look it up. I don't want to mess this up. It is called WaterproofBuildings by Valdream, Valdream. And it does exactly that. Your buildings are waterproof. You will never suffer any water damage. Like, these should be at half health because they're in the rain getting wet. They're not roof pieces. Only roof pieces are resistant to rain. So it's a nice mod, kind of gets rid of that. You don't have that sort of half-destroyed look to all of your wooden structures, and it lets you build in the rain without repercussions. So that's what we're going to do. We're kind of running out of space here, and I think since it's raining, let's go ahead and try to put together a little more functional structure. We're going to use our run-in base build. If you're curious about the run-in base design, I do have a nice YouTube video on my YouTube channel. It's about 20 minutes long, but it goes step by step through the entire build. So I'm going to do it now really quick. I'm not going to do it nice and slow like I did in the video. I've been gathering wood for exactly this build. I don't know that we'll have enough, but we should get pretty close. We should get pretty close. Actually, hold on. Let's see what time of day it is. All right, this is looking good. So where is... I'm trying to find the branch. So that's got to be west, this direction. And that's got to be east, this direction. And you can see it kind of rises up out of the clouds. You can't really see because of the trees there, but if you could see the base of it rises up out of the clouds, stretches across the sky, and points all the way to the west. So we know this is the east-west axis. I should probably put a sign up. That would make a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and do that. You'll notice I don't have the coal I need for the sign, and that's because we're using a mod called CraftyBoxes by Azumatt. And what that does is it just pulls materials straight from your chest. So anything in a chest will work. So we're going to do color equals white. And we'll mark this as, let me think, south, I believe. Should be right. So if, yeah, that's west. If that's east. Nope, this is west. Got it all wrong. Let's rename it. There we go, west. Oh, I overdid the color. Let's do that again. Color equals white. There we go. I'm going to do the same over here so I don't get disoriented. For some reason in my brain, this is north, and it's not. This. No, this is... Hold on. Am I screwing this up again? That way. That way. This should be east. Why is that way? Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. Turn it around, opposite direction. Right about here. Nice little reminder. I wonder if you can put them on... No, you can't put them on the door. I was wondering what would happen if the door opened and you had a sign on it. Put it on the... We put it here. Oh, you can put it right here. This is not bad. Kind of interesting. Or right here just to know what direction you're going. Okay. I think... Now, we know which way is east, so there's my shadow. It's late at night. Let's just go ahead and get some sleep. And we'll resume our efforts in the morning. Nighty-night, Stumps. All right, good morning, Stumps. Good to see ya. Good to see you. Day 27. Other things we have done. I don't remember if this was... No, I believe we did this on Tuesday. We upgraded our food because we harvested carrots. You'll notice I've been pushing the carrot crops, so we are really well connected for food. Oh, these haven't come up yet. That's interesting. I moved the beehives over here, give us a little bit more space, but given that it's morning, I think what I'd like to do is get sailing on a good day like this. Spent the whole thunderstorm talking. Let's go ahead and start heading this way and see what we see. Let's circle the island a bit. Maybe we'll find Haldor along the way. So we're going to need a few things. I'm gonna need this. Materials for our boat. All right, that'll be good. And then we're going to need materials for a portal. Actually, kind of low on Grey Dwarf eyes. I'm going to have to farm some of those. We're not going to be able to make more portals. And then a little bit of pine wood as well. We actually need 30 because we need 30 for the boat, 20 for that. And then a little bit more wood. There we go. There we go. So that's a workbench, portal, boat, and we're off and running. We want to go to the Elder. Last thing we did was drop off the trophy at the Forsaken Stones, so we don't need to go back to the spawn. We only have 2 options. Eikthyr and Elder, and we don't need to chop trees right now, so we're going to stick with Eikthyr. Alright, pretty quiet here. Looking for trolls, so we're up to rank 3. We could use 1 more troll to get our hood leveled up. This is about where we want to be going into the swamps. And before we do that, let's go ahead and grab some poison resist. We worked so hard to brew it. Might as well take some with us. Let's see where I put it. That's always... Oh, there we go. That's a good question. Now, the extended player inventory gives us this panel. These are like the quick keys, but I'm so used to using these for, like, you know, crouching. Whoops. What happened to crouch? Did I screw that up? C, X. I thought this was crouch. I wonder if I have it all messed up. Let's double check. Settings. Keyboard. There we go. Crouch. Control is crouch. Not C. There we go. That's my crouch. I wonder that didn't work. Okay, I'm so used to sitting down like this for campfires to get my rest again. I end up drinking potions I shouldn't be drinking. So I don't tend to use them. I need to find better keys. Something's going to work quick. I just haven't really worked on it. So this stuff isn't for emergencies. We should be good. We should be good. So let's head out there and get going. Up our food real quick. Got our rest. We're good to go. We're good to go. And we got our arrows up. So I think we're ready to go. This is where we are. We want to go around that way. Yeah, we want to keep heading east. So let's do that. Let's do that. Always repair your boat. And I'm going to leave all that here. We don't need to take it with us. We've got all the materials we need. So let's take advantage of this. Oh, nice jump, Stumps. It's pretty cool. Jump right off the boat and back into it. Right off the boat and right back into it. Now, the Carve is such a sensitive boat. When you get the long ship, it's a little easier to steer because it just doesn't react as quick. Whereas the Carve, I find I oversteer an awful lot. You can see the branch, it went over our base, so our base is over on that island somewhere. Helps with navigation. Another good tip for no map runs, look back to where you came from, because the way things look on the way out don't look the same on the way back. Everything's reversed. And you're looking at it from the opposite angle, so it's... You can often look foreign. If you're trying to find your way back, it's good to see, look over your shoulder, see what the way back actually looks like. Once we get some iron and the long ship built... Ooh, that was close. I would very much like to do some serpent hunting this round. We may have to make 2 long ships, one just for serpent hunting, because I never know where I'm going to end up. I don't want to have to try to find my way home, because you can pretty much port out and back with all the serpent materials. And serpent meat's just really, really good. It's a huge health bump, especially at the Iron Age. And you need an iron cooking station, the one with the big hooks on it, in order to actually cook. So we're going to keep an eye out for Haldor. Ideally, we're looking for a yellow fire somewhere in the Black Forest, or the distortion from his protective bubble. Has kind of a wavy distortion, very similar to actually looking through water. Think about it. I'm going to follow this coast. I don't know how far east it goes. I don't know how north-south it might end up going. We'll just find out. I love the lighting in this game, but I can hear my the fans in my computer all kick on right about now. It's always sailing. Rendering, I think, the water and the sky is pretty taxing for the machine. I'm sure you all experience something similar. All right, this is nice. Little section of meadows here, little black forest afterwards. Maybe some Haldor over here. Well, that's a nice open meadow in there. Keep that in mind. We are still looking for a more permanent location for our base. The first base I set up is always a farm. It always ends up becoming the farm for later. We'll grow all our carrots and turnips and onions there. Works really, really well. And then you look for something a little closer to higher value materials. Meadows is a nice, calm, peaceful place, but you don't have to set up there. It's my preference. You don't have to do what I do. Each Viking to their own. Looks like the wind shifted. We got lucky there. Real lucky there. More meadows, so I don't see Haldor. Not a lot of options here. Sometimes you just get a thin strip of a biome on the edge of an island, and it's never very helpful. Like, there won't ever be any of the good instances, and I mean, there was a burial chamber back there. I do stand corrected. But most of the time... Wow, look at that mountain. That might be Motor's mountain. Hard to say. Now, we gotta make a decision. Maybe we go left here and keep going east. Maybe we just follow this island a bit, see where it goes. If anyone in chat has a preference, I'm game for whatever. It really isn't gonna have a huge impact right now. Hearing chopping sounds. Don't see anything. Usually that's the skeletons attacking Grey Dwarves. Usually. This looks nice. I think I'm gonna keep going this way. Maybe we'll swing around. Let's see what's down here a bit. The wind is blowing east, so we can always head that way, but while we still got the wind pushing us in this direction, I'm gonna keep going. Not much up there. Look at the size of that thing. Now this, by the way, is a really good omen. We will need to get silver at some point, and I like a mountain that goes right down to the water, because then you can just use the slope and almost load your pockets up so you're over encumbered and just ski down the slope. It doesn't use any of your stamina because you're just sliding down the slope. You don't have a lot of control, but hey, it moves a lot of silver very quickly, and then you just have a boat at the bottom. Or a little shack or something. I wonder what's out there. I wonder if that's ocean on the other side. Maybe this is a really thin peninsula. That would be something. Look at that thing. Look at that. Oh, hey, look at this. Okay, so we're gonna slow down. We're gonna slow down here. Let's go past it a little bit and keep our sails going. Just gonna swing wide. So this is a, what are they called? Draugr Village, I think. I think Draugr is how you say it. And then you have the Diverger in the Ashlands and the Mistlands. So it can be a little confusing. I'm gonna go to this rock, hop off, and just set up a portal here, so if we want to, we can come back to this village. This might be a nice place to set up a base. I mean, that's a lot of flat land, a lot of wood for us. Black forest nearby, maybe Haldor's in there, who knows? I'm just gonna hop out here. And yeah, I'm not even gonna be coy about this. Let's just slap this down here. I had somebody ask me, you know, am I worried about putting portals and workbenches out in the world and just leaving them there? Nope. No, I am not. Clearly, not much attacks them. Things will attack the workbench, but they don't tend to attack the portal. And if you're not here doing anything, neither are the bad guys. Like, the only thing that renders in the world is what's within, I think, about 60 meters of you. Something like that. So when we leave here, this is perfectly safe. Our boat will be perfectly safe. Yes, there have been times I've come back and it's not there, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Let's go through here. Just gonna get a sense of What's over here? Wow, that's a lot of stuff. The land's kind of flat copper right there. I mean, it looks good to me. It looks good to me. We want some swamps, though. And what is that over there? So that's what we're looking for. Nice, low, flat. I'm going to kind of... With any luck, that's the swamps. That's exactly what we're looking for. So this might be double payday. Double payday. Let's get this named. Go get another portal. Go chase down the swamps real quick. Remember, you don't want to use your unnamed portal for any length of time. So as soon as you get here, village, that. And then we'll go back and name the unnamed portal, link them up, and go home. And that gray dwarf is in big trouble. He's not going to live long. He is not going to live long. All right, so people who have seen this stream before know what I'm about to do. We definitely need a list of our portals. So let's go ahead. I think I'm just going to do like this. Let's do one like this. Top of it, and then we'll just do a bunch of signs. I'm going to zoom in. What I like to do is just one at the top, centered, a little bit of a gap, just a tiny bit, not much. And then the rest of them just touch top and bottom, so you can't see the rounded top and bottom part. Just kind of merge it into one big piece of wood. If you can get 4 or 5 of them on there, more power to you. Just more portals you can crack. There we go. And then up here, we'll do the color equals white. And then when I close the right bracket, it's gone, right? If I hit delete, it comes back. So just know that when you close your HTML tags, they'll just disappear because it's no longer showing that text here in this text box, but it's still there. So I'm gonna close it, and then I'm gonna select all by hitting Control A, and then Control C to copy, and then paste it all back in there. And then we put what we want. Portal break. This will go to the next line. You see it does it in the text box. And then we're going to do U for underline locations. Now you can't see it, but it's probably rendering it in the box, but because of the size, it doesn't display it. But up here, it's nice because it puts a line right here, kind of separates it from the rest of this. And because it's 2 lines of text, you get a certain font size. And here we're just going to say ... break ... break. So we have 3 lines of text ... and I'm going to copy that and just paste it in for all of them. So you get slightly smaller text. You can read it if you zoom in. But it gives you a lot of portal names in a very small space. So then you can go in here and just spawn. This would be Elder, I think we did. Didn't do one for Ike there because he's just over the horizon. There we go. 2, 3. Village. And now we've got all of our portal names on a nice, easy to read board. So we can not have to remember them. When you play multiple games, multiple runs at the same time, I'm doing a multiplayer server right now. We're about to take on, I just entered the Ashlands over there, so way more portals to deal with. I can't remember all the names. So this is a great way to kind of do a little in-game record keeping. In-game record keeping. That's how they sold Valheim. That was the marketing term. Okay, so we need to find some more fine wood. I think we're in a bit of a pinch. Oh no, we got plenty. We'll get a bunch of this. We need... This is where we're in a pinch. We gotta go get some gray dwarf eyes. We're gonna have to pick a fight. We're gonna have to pick a fight. What else do I need? Some wood. Actually, we'll get that off the gray dwarves. Let's go cause some trouble. Couldn't help but notice your rest is missing, Stumps. Care to explain that? Care to explain that? Honestly, that's the east. You can see the east side. We just calculated that a bit ago. And you see the shadows all going over there, so it's pretty late at night. Let's get our rest sorted out. And just double check. And if it's late, we're just going to crash out. We can cause trouble tomorrow. Yeah, that's the east. All right, and use your body like a sundial, right? So if it's pointing straight that direction, it would be sunset. If it was pointing straight in this direction, it would be noon, and then this would be morning if it was in the opposite direction, right? So you can always tell time in Valheim, just not very precise. Nighty night, Stumps. All right, good morning, Stumps. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Let's get out there. Oh, it's going to be a foggy day, is it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my own advice. I'm going to use the ladder trick just to kind of point us back towards the base. We're just going to go into the woods here, find enough gray dwarves to get some eyes for portals. Solve that problem for now. We can't do it once we get to the swamps. Kind of show how this works. And I think we can drink more or eat more. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Again, follow the ladder. Don't steer where you want to go. You have to follow the ladder. The line won't lead back to where you originated. Let's zoom in a bit. You can look around. Man, it has not been good weather of late. Oops, I did not mean to turn that around. There we go. I just wanted to zoom back out. There we go. Oh, here's a spawner. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we're going to put this away, get to business. They can just come to us. They can come to us. We're in no rush. Power up that blocking skill. Working our parry. Maybe the next famous male actor name we use is Matthew Perry, but we'll spell it P-A-R-R-Y. That's the trick with the brutes. You can never get that third swing in. There's just not enough time. And every time you try it, you take so much damage. I love that you can parry rocks. It's ridiculous. I'm going to back off because I don't want him damaging that thing. We might come back here later to power level. Are we even getting any eyes? Oh, we got 7. That's pretty good. I'm going to watch the time, see how long this takes. I would like to get 20. So we got more than enough for another portal. I think that one gave us 2. I'm right here. Right here. 1, 2. That's all you need. Time I only needed 1. Only needed 1. Oh. Okay, 1, 2. Man, that's a lot of brutes, but I'll take it. Stumps doesn't mind. Where you going, buddy? Anticlimactic. Oh, a little bit more of an effort there. One over here. I don't want to chase you. All that stuff's gonna slide down the hill. Going after it. Out of curiosity, what is our clubs? 28, that's pretty good. We got some skills. One hit just sort of knocked some sense into him. 18. We're almost to 20. Let's get out of here one minute. Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Right over here. 1 star. This is good. I might get more than 2. There we go. There we go. Oh, one more 1 star. Just for the eyes. There, we're out. Oh, we can't even pick it up. We don't care about rocks right now. Get out of here. So again, we'll follow the ladder right back home. It's a nice simple trick. You just can't rotate it by accident. If you want to change your zoom level, you got to put it away, zoom in, and then pull it back out. There we go. We'll see how accurate it is. Well, I can't see the base. It's still foggy. Just follow the ladder. There we go. Almost directly to the center. That's great. That's great. And the rain just let up. This is perfect. This is perfect. We'll clean up our inventory, dry off, hop in the boat, set up by the swamp. If we can, one of your more immediate goals in the swamps should be to get blood bags. Trying to figure out what that was. Oh, there we go. All right. Apparently. It's ridiculous. Right, time to get sorting. Time to get sorting. That's good. I think I can put that over there. Hey, look at that. Perfect, perfect. We replenish some of our wood. That's always nice. Grab 8 more for another bench. That's the other thing. Once you get your portal down, you can always come back to your base, get more wood, put up, you know, stake wall defenses or build a structure around it, whatever it is you want to be doing. But I find just a bench and a portal is more than enough. Okay, I think we're good. Let's get our rested buff popped off. Because I would very much like to brew some healing potions, and that's what the blood bags are for. So it doesn't seem intuitive, but the easiest things to get in the swamps is turnips and blood bags. And they do the most good up front. Really doesn't take a lot either. It only takes 2 blood bags. Excuse me. Start the mead brewing. Fermenting, I should say. Good. Head back to the village. Hang out with the village people. Sing a little YMCA. Oh, this I do not like. This I don't like. I don't like sailing into the swamp in the fog. How well can we see up here? I think we'd be okay. I really don't like this. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Remember, the wind will push you a little bit too, so I don't have to steer too much. But I do want to get over while I can still see the tree line. Straight towards the mountain, so to speak. And then we'll hang a hard right and follow the coast until we hopefully see some swamp up there. Could have swore we saw it last night. Ooh, scary. A new biome. So technically, we could fight sea serpents right here. Nice, looks like it's clearing up. Look at that mountain, my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. Imagine being up at the top there, mining silver, and then sliding all the way down to there, and just having to run from the snow line at the bottom of the mountain, down to the coast, and then throw it in this boat, head home. That's my goal. That's how we're gonna do it. Alright, let's straighten out a bit. Straighten out, fly right. So you'll notice over there, it's low land, but it's not flat. It's still like hilly, so to speak. And over here, it's much more flat. There's not a lot of bumps. I really hope it's not the plains. Oh, I really hope. Sail a little bit wide. It looks like swamp past the plains. See how much of it? It's hard to. You have to look at the far right of the screen, and look how much of that is flat. Right? It's almost like a box. So yeah, we're gonna go around the plains a bit, or a bit more. The death mosquito would wreck us in this thing. It'll just be a zip, and we're done. I will endure the storm in the ocean. Far preferable to death mosquito bite. There is no off in Valheim. No off of repellent. I can't see the swamps. I really hope it's there. I don't want to have to go back. We'll be sailing into the wind. It's high risk. High risk. Sunny day, I think. Oh, that's definitely swamps. Okay, this is good. This is really good. Another nice mountain. But you see how it's much more sloped? That would take us forever to run the silver down the mountain. Yep, we're steering clear. Thanks for the warning. Alright, the wind is blowing us this way. I'm gonna go around it on the right. That looks like it doesn't even... I'm not sure that we can get through there. It seems really tight. I'm not even sure. Might need to be connected. The nice thing is we know the plains is right next to the swamp. That's another biome we sometimes have to search for. There's more of it. Okay. Fair amount. Do we see Yagluth anywhere? Look for a big stone hand reaching up out of the ground. Don't see anything. Alright, let's sail to the other side of this, see if we can find a more friendly biome to land in. I don't want to hard land in the swamps if we can avoid it. That would be nice. But we'll sail close, actually. And it'll give us a good view for bone pits. Just to be careful, we're going to take a little poison resist now. Just in case we fall out of the boat. Get bit by a leech. Look at that one little mound of plains. You know there's going to be a death mosquito hovering right above it. Kill some poor innocent Viking in the swamp. Doing his best. Conquer the Iron Age. And I don't know. So let's keep our eyes open for a gigantic skull. The other thing are flames. We want to look for... I call them flame geysers. There's like gas pockets that have been ignited. Swamp gases, I guess. There's one. No, wait, that's the Bog Witch. That's gotta be the Bog Witch. Yeah, there's the bubble and everything. Okay, so we found one of the traders. That's pretty sweet. I've never really pursued the potions that you can get from the Bog Witch. Let's keep looking for that skull. And there's a flame geyser. That's good. Thought I said, there we go. There it is. Gear us back in. You want to stay right on the edge of the swamp and the ocean, because then you get the like bright light in the swamp, because it still thinks you're in the ocean biome. Don't see any skulls. Oh, flame geyser, that's great. And it looks really close to whatever this is up here. Hopefully it's not more planes. Oh, that would be rough. Then we'd have to hard land. Oh no, we could go over. No, we can't really. We'd have to sail over anyways. An instance, a couple instances, so that's great. This is a. This will be a workable swamp. We're gonna paddle our way in. Do a little slower, more casual tour of the swamps. We can look for turnips. So we're looking for a yellow flower. And we find it, it's our next food upgrade. So there's the flame geyser. We'll have to go after that for sure. The turnips are hard to spot. Man, such a big boost. See all the leeches following us. You can kill them with your bow and arrow. It just takes a little longer. Okay, Black Forest. This is perfect. We'll settle down over here. There's one right there. Oh, man. We're going for it. We're going for it. It was worth it. Where's the leeches? Are they coming? I want my blood bags. Get our bow out. Come on, boy. Come right in. They will run sometimes. Don't kill them in the deep water. Oh man, I'm out of here. Okay, nice and still and quiet. Wait for him to come back. If we can get 2 blood bags, we'll be in very good shape. Very, very, very good shape. Come on. In the water. I think he gave up. Alright, well. They're getting eaten. Oh, wait. I thought it was coming back. Right, we're out. Whoops, what the heck? Easy there, Stumps. Don't panic. Oh, what is that? Black Forest? It could only be Haldor. Of course, I'm not 100% convinced. I'm so excited. Anything coming to get us? This is usually when disaster strikes. Okay, this is perfect. This will be our launching off point. And our portal to Haldor. That's so simple. It's going to make it so much easier. What's the third? I think there's a third trader. What is the third trader? Hildir. But she's in the meadows. So please don't be a small patch of meadows in the middle of the Black Forest. That can happen. I've seen like troll caves in the meadows, just meadows everywhere, but one tiny patch of Black Forest that's all troll cave. Like there's not even an evergreen tree in sight. I don't see any meadows surrounded by pine trees. That's a really good sign. Where can we put the boat? You know we'll get the... Oh, this is nice and shallow. Good. I just want to make sure we get the materials back, that's all. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. Where are we going to set up? Let's do... Whoop. Heads up, Stumps. Neighbors want to say hello. With this one, we're going to have to protect. First, we got to clear this out. I really should slap down the portal. If we die, it's not gonna. We're gonna have to fill up the boat. It's not an impossible journey. Not one we want to take either. Okay, good. It's just no games. Let's just get it down. There we go. That's why we use the no-name portal. Instant connection. You know what, Stumps? We missed it. A little celebration. Vodka martini. Going full 007 on us, are you? Trying to open up some software. Where did it go? I am looking for... What's it called? Here we go. There we go. That is my Twitch overlay. There we go. That I used to see the chat. So I missed the bartender announcement. But if you say something in chat, I will now see it. Which is always nice. Oh, this is not what we want. Let's move that. Put it down here. Let's get that in the ground right now. Let's not screw around. We're going to call this one Haldor. I'll make sure to remember it. Haldor, there we go. And then we'll use our trusty cultivator. Some turnips in the ground. I'm going to put them right out in the open. Like that. They're the only ones we have, so we don't want to like risk them being too close to another something. This is all we have. So until we get a couple more turnips and more turnip seeds, we're going to play it safe. All right, I think that does it for tonight. Let's go rename the other one, then crash out. Yeah, let's just rename it. Just our luck, a troll will be hanging out right here. Then we got work to do. Oh, everything looks good. Next. Yep. Ooh! Wow, 2 traders in like 5 minutes. Probably less than that. That was ridiculous. Okay, let's crash out. I'm hearing nighttime music. We've got everything planted and named. Nighty night, Stumps. Good work. All right, good morning, Stumps. Let's go make some money. Let's go make some money. Where did we put our cashola? Where did we put our valuables? Here we go. Oh, I really hope that's enough. I really, really hope that's enough. Once we get our belt, we'll go back and build a little bit of a fortification. We're going to use this a lot. And I don't want it causing trouble. Sell it all. Hey, just enough. Ooh, that was actually pretty close. And another nice thing, it goes right in this slot, right? So it doesn't use up any of our existing inventory. Really, really nice. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Get some more wood. And just build a little stake wall protection for our portal, our Haldor portal. I'm going to pull from these boxes. I was planning on building today. Maybe we'll do that closer to the end of the stream. We'll see. Is 50 enough? Let's make sure. Our carrying capacity just went up 150, so we can definitely get more wood. Alright, that'll make mining so much easier. So much easier. All right, let's see. Oh wait, I can see the bubble. Sometimes it's really, really hard to see. This guy, we're gonna have to deal with that first. Surprise. Oh, we drank our poison resist, but it's gone. That. Imagine if we were just a few pennies short and then like just that amount was enough to put us over the top. That would have been exciting. That's a 2-star. Oh, I could have sworn it was a 2-star. We don't need it right now, so we're not going to mess with them. I am, however, going to level this out. So let's go ahead. Don't worry too much about the rock. I think we'll be okay. So let's get our fence built. It's too close. About there should be good. And then, oh, it might actually fit the portal. I wasn't really trying to do it that way. Ridiculous. Oops. There we go. And then we'll get some doors on this thing. If you want, you can slap a roof on it. Nice thing is, once the doors are up, you've got a nice snap point on the top that you can use for, I think. Yeah, that you can use for, like, if you want to put a roof up or you want to snap it like that. Just go ahead and do it. We got plenty of wood. There we go. This is where you got to toggle the snap points. It's the only way to do it. And a little bit of this. Now when we get here, nice and dry, head right in. Nobody even knows we're here. Matter of fact, the doors extend slightly into the bubble, so quite literally no one would even know we're here. Works great. Let's put an extra chest out here. So this is... I don't expect to run all the iron back to here. A little bit silly. Once we get sort of settled in the swamps, we'll go from there. But I do want to try and get the turnips done, because the food it produces is such a big upgrade. Such a big upgrade. And then we can start working on sausages. Alright, what else? What else? How much for... circlet? 620. Let's try and remember that. I'm not even going to close the doors. I don't think anything can wander in there. Oh, mercy. Zaribot just banned a spammer in my channel. I'm like, dude, I got like an audience of 0, maybe 1. Why are you spamming that? I'm the only one here. Not having much impact for the effort. 620, we are way short. Alright. I was hoping to get it before we go into the swamps, but just makes the sunken crypt so much easier. That away. Okay. So at this point, we gotta make a judgment call. Do we head into the swamps? Or do we build something nicer here? Or do we take out that village and build something nice over there and just turn this into nothing more than a farm? I'm thinking the village would actually be a lot of fun. I don't know that there's a lot of pros and cons to it. So maybe that's what we do. Let's take out that village. We can do that with a bow and arrow and a workbench. I'll show you an interesting technique that fits the Valheim style of play. Let's take a look here. What did we see? That was the Bog Witch for sure. Yep. And Haldor. Who knew? Who knew? And we could see it from here. So that was exactly when we changed course. So this is the village. Actually, we should put a portal icon there. So we know where it is. And then this is where we are right now. So this might become the... interesting. This might become the farm, and then this might become our base. We know there's plains and mountains over here, so it makes a lot of sense, because then we just sail like boom boom, and we're done. Decision made. Decision made. This is now the farm. We are going to take some wood with us. I'm actually going to take a fair amount. Whatever I can carry. Too much. Good. We'll head out to the village. And eventually the village might just become home. I could see that happening. Okay, we're leaving this here. I'm going to leave this here too. For now. Eventually we'll bring it in. Let's just put that stuff in. So we're going to get tons of wood in here. We just need to build a couple workbenches to deconstruct stuff. But our main strategy right now, bow and arrow and the hammer. But we're going to be building ladders. Yeah, beehive, nice. A little bonus. Alright, let's get this set before he comes back. Maybe we can sort him out before he sorts us. Let's jump stuff. Do that. See if we can take a hit. Oh, we can? I don't think we should go up against a 1-star yet, so there's some entrails for our sausages. Go. There were bad guys in here. Are there any? No. There's one less building we got to deal with. Now here's how it works. Put a bench down, put your hammer, repair everything. They're gonna fight to get out. One day they will. So we're gonna make that hard. We're gonna be mostly on one side. That's the side they're gonna attack. So, but you still want to kind of repair the whole building. Right? So now it's hard for them to get out. Easy for us to get in. Now we build a ladder. See what I mean? They're already starting to damage the one post. No, they can shoot over. So you like get up above, down, above. Let the wall take the damage, not you. Okay, let's deal with this. Who's shooting at us? I thought an arrow came from over here. Oh, that pig ran too close to the beehive. But hitting them up close, it takes a little bit of practice. But you can see that one's starting to get damaged. So just get out your hammer. Fix it. They're not getting out. Not anytime today. Now, get up here. Come on now. There we go. We take this out first. Usually they spawn more, but this one doesn't seem to be working. I have seen people set up, they call them sausage factories, and basically this is what they do. They come to one of these villages, find one of these spawners, and just kind of set it up with fire traps or something. You could bring some 2-star wolves in, would make short work of these guys. Oops. Steady Stumps. Wait for him to stand still. Hard to hit a moving target. Let him burn a little bit. Just dodge that arrow. Did you see that? It is very hard to hit him up close. He said while putting the crosshairs directly on his forehead. There we go. One down. The nice thing is we can just deconstruct. Good to go. And then we just take the whole building down. This is the wood we're going to use to build our base. Be careful not to destroy the building next door, because it'll probably have some bad guys in it. And you're just letting them out. That's what you want to do. Repair all this before they get all antsy. Go. Take that apart. Little fine wood's always nice. Can't complain. Lots of core wood, regular wood. All right. That should be good. These. We don't need them. And then as your inventory fills, easy solution, wood piles. Just pile it up. And then we repeat the whole thing. It's not magic. It's not magic. Just a simple idea. Alright, repairs. This whole thing. But you notice how they attack some of the other walls. You want to make sure these fronts are always tricky. They're like constructed with individual beams. It doesn't make any sense. They did it just to mess with us. Huh. There we go. I thought there were 2 pieces. We're going to find one of those as we terraform. I didn't really search for guards. I don't see any. Carrots and everything. This is great. This is outstanding. What's over here? Huh. Beginnings of something. This building's empty. Outstanding. Makes life easy. Okay, time to open it up. We're not pleased about that. Alright, let's get our ladder up. Let's get our hammer for repairs. And get ready to clean up. Again, the workbench, or the body pile, that's the first thing you want to get. If you can. Come on, man. I'm working here. Do some repairs early. The elites do a lot of damage very quickly. Can they even shoot me up here? Let's try. I just want that body pile down first. Repairs. You guys aren't getting it. There we go, that's right. Man, they do a lot of damage quickly. Put it right on their health bar. Seems to work pretty good. Ooh, that one missed. There we go. Some repairs again. Hopefully they aren't able to knock down the stuff. Show me. There we go. Perfect. Nice when they don't move around much. Like fish in a barrel. Why am I not able to hit you? Let's try this one. Fair. Another shot. Hi. Now. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard. After this, we're heading home. Get some sleep. Make some more arrows. Come on, now. Getting exhausted pulling this bow. Ooh, didn't even hit him. What? Oh, He's blocking for the elite. Yep. You saw what I did to your friends. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Don't even move. There we go. If he drops a trophy. Yes. So that lets us make an iron sledge. We don't have any iron yet. That's like a key ingredient. It's a really low drop rate. So that's huge. But we're done here. We are definitely done here. Let's leave some wood behind. Let's grab this stuff, clean up. Grab all this. And we got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and take advantage of the stamina we've got. Alright, here. Forgot we have no rest. Wow, so many boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Too many. That is way too many. Is this the only... Oh, let me see. It's like, this is the only thing holding it up? We're out of here. Is it magic? What's going on? Alright, it'll sort itself out. Quickly, Stumps, before the nighttime music begins to play. We need to retrieve our boat at some point, don't we? Alright, let's put it all away. Let's see what fits. All fits nicely. Let's go with this. A little bit of this. Down here now, and that fits. Let's repair some stuff real quick. Let's see if we can make a batch of arrows. This is an arrow-intense process. The nice thing is afterwards your bow skill is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We're gonna make some more food in just a second. So this is all food related. We've got some of these. Where were we putting here? Here we go. And yeah, we're definitely gonna need some better storage very soon. I'm gonna keep that. Technically here. Technically here. Nope. Great work today, Stumps. Night to night. All right, good morning, Stumps. So I had a little bit of a snack while you slept. Okay. So they are kind of like a light source, but they're very expensive in terms of materials. Okay. Trying to work down this shortbread cookie. So again, we're using CraftyBoxes by Azumatt, AZUMATT. And what's nice is it just pulls everything from your chest. So we don't have any food ingredients, but it lists here everything we have in storage right now. So we can just make what we want. I went ahead and cooked a bunch of deer meat, so this would be available. So let's go ahead and up our numbers. Actually, I'll just do 5 real quick. And we'll do 2 of these. Got an extra one. That's nice. Actually, let's see if we just bring it all up to 10. Can we even do that? I think we're going to need more carrots. But that is one thing we have. That we did prepare for. Let's just take a row for now. I'll plant more between the between streams over the weekend. Oh, let's check our turnips. Looking good. Healthy. Yeah, definitely join the Discord. I always post go live announcements. I've been doing some of the Vane demo streams again. I haven't done those in a little while. Carrot soup, there we go. Let's do stream. But I do those kind of randomly. I do schedule the Valheim streams Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 of everything, and let's eat a little bit. And I always post announcements on the Discord, so you can find out in real time if I'm going to be on. I'm going to see what Vane is all about. I think it's a pretty fun game. Thought I heard something. Maybe it's just the pigs. Oh, and they're all grown up. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect beehive stand. So 1, 2, we got 2 more stands to make. To get these starting pieces, this is the trick. I'll show you. When you put them against the wall, you see how it sits on the dirt? We don't want that, because if we do this, when we make this, it's halfway off the ground. So when we destroy this, it usually destroys that piece as well. So what you do is, ideally you want to snap. Sometimes, see it's snapping, you can't even see it. It's so deep below the dirt. So you can still do it like this, just kind of get it in there as best you can. You just want to measure the 2-meter distance. And then you take this and you point at it, but you want to hold shift. And when you touch the ground, boom, it'll pop up. So that's how you know you're right, excuse me, targeting right at the tip of that board right there. Excuse me. That's a nice little trick to use. I hold shift, just kind of slide down the board till I hit the ground. Boom, there we go. And now it's perfect with the ground, like that. Right? But I already did that for these, so they're all lined up. The next step is to put this thing on centered perfectly. So rather than trying to eyeball it, what I found is the easiest way. Press R to put the hammer away and just target right at the center of that wood post. Hit R and place it. And then hit R again and do the same thing over here. Target, equip the hammer. A minute. Oh, OCD, I know. Okay, equip the hammer, place. And it's very, very well centered in both directions, right? Just looks really good. The beehives, you got to be a little more careful. This is the top edge, but the way it's cut, it kind of looks like this is the front edge, and that's a big mistake a lot of people make, but you don't have to be that OCD about it. There are your beehives. You put them where you want. Me, I like the precision. So yeah, when it's highlit like that, see how it kind of hides where the actual front is? The top is, the top front edge. There we go. All right, we got space for 1, 2, up to 3 more, but I don't want to block that. So maybe 2 more would be a good number. Crap, we were going to do something important. I think I'm going to retrieve the boat real quick. Then we'll keep up with the village. Where is the boat? Over by Haldor, I believe. We just jumped out and started fighting. It is our nature. Is it not, Stumps? It is our nature. There we go. I want that back. I was thinking maybe we'd be able to see, but I don't see our island. This is pretty far away, actually. Again, if you're in deep water, just walk into the mast. And you should recover all of your materials. Every now and then you'll lose the nails, which really stinks, but it does happen on occasion. I think you have to actually be walking like this. Go. There we go. Get it all? Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Back to the village. We got work to do. We'll spend another day clearing, and then we'll level and see if we can slap together a fort, and I'll put up or a structure, and I'll put up the sort of stake wall later, maybe. I'll figure it out. Try to get this stream to end on time. So this should be our boat. Yep. Got plenty. I think we're good. Let's get back over there. We got some Draugr to cut down. Actually, I'm going to bring this with us because we have that one building we can use now as sort of an outpost. Not a nice house, but look at that. Magic. Like something out of Harry Potter. Okay, let's get this going. It's there. Put this in here so it's easy to get in and out. Not very nice. Actually, we want to be able to use this workbench, so we got to fix some of this. Let's okay, let's put some more up. Not a big fan of the 45 degree, but that's all right. We can work with it. Oops. Okay, so again, we want to avoid raid. So the way we do that is by having less than 3 base structures. So right now, this bench and this portal are both base structures. Should we rename this? We didn't do it. So having them both in here is kind of a waste. I'm going to get rid of that for now. And we're going to put it over here where we need it, like we did last time. But before we do that, I want to repair these walls real quick. Put it back. Okay, feel better. And then we don't need these. There's no structural support needed here. It'd be kind of neat to just do the roof all the way to the ground, like an A-frame kind of style. Be an interesting build. Maybe we'll do that one day. We'll fix the floor up nice and clean as well while we're here. All right, that's gotta go. And we'll just do this. And then I always like to do just an X above this. I just think it looks interesting. Even with the 45, it still looks kind of interesting. Okay, back to work. Back to work. Get it done. You better run. What were we doing? There we go. So we'll do the repairs over here real quick first. You don't have to fix all those beams, but a couple. Just a couple. Okay, looks like all of them have guys in them, so it's still a fair amount of work. More. Sometimes they like to hide below the ground. There we go. We'll probably find more as we're leveling everything. Leveling should be super easy. That's what's so appealing with this. Maybe we'll do a big round base this time. I'm thinking a round castle tower would be kind of neat. Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. Easy, boys. Easy, boys. We'll get to work. Let's get to work. I'm going to go from the other side. It'll be easier to hit that pile. Oh, man, that's a lot of archers. That is a ridiculous number of archers. Okay, here we go. Nope, can't shoot out. Okay. Repair is going. Trying to whittle down just one of them as quickly as we can. Just less damage to deal with. Ooh, one of them got us. Bird, I thought one of them got out. Question is, are more spawning? They are. Keep repairing, don't forget. Get that thing. We don't need a sausage factory. That's why we do 1.5 raids. Plus we have a lot to do in the swamp still. We'll get plenty of these guys that way. I'm amazed he can't hit me. He's done. Get some. Not big. Repair everything real quick. Just ooh. Give yourself a clear shot. Make it count. Did I hit that? Nice. No way. Stumps, how do you do it? You're shooting him in the forehead. Oh, you got the elite too. We already got the trophy though, so maybe we hang one on the wall? You keep hitting him. Missed that time. This guy, we don't even care. Ooh, missed again. Now I can. Oh, so close. Nice try, Stumps. So close. Alright. Just about done. Whew. Two down at once. It. And then we deconstruct. Man, I hate doing this front part. Should have made them simpler. Have to be complicated. Doesn't have to be complicated to be beautiful. Get rid of it. Pillars. Furniture. So many boards. Right. More. I'm gonna delete the repair station. There. Alright, take a brief rest there, Stumps. That was a lot of work, man. Can you get this one? Nice. I don't think you'd reach it. So systematic. Like a surgeon. Oh, there's 2 in 1 there. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let's put some more of these down. I wonder where we should put them. I guess keep going like this. Eventually we'll just put them all in a chest. Just makes it so much easier. Whew. Getting a workout today. No stamina to swing the club. So sad. So sad. We're wet, no rest. This is amateur hour. Welcome to the amateur hour stream. We didn't have what we need. Can we get it from here? There we go. And let's just go ahead and move this. This is our next one. We'll repair everything real quick. Use what stamina we got, and then dip out of here. See if we can't get some sleep. Come back, start fresh. Good enough, good enough. What do you guys want me to? Well, this one's much better built. This don't have much stamina left. I don't think it'll work if I run around the other way. Did we get it? Oh, how about now? That's enough? Nope. I got a solution. It's a simple one. We'll just move it right here. It's a simple one. Okay, we're good to go. Let's get rid of this stuff. Almost done. Look at this. This will look really nice too. I mean, having the branch right here, the mountain, this is gonna be so nice. Didn't plan that out. A little bit of serendipity. Serendipity. Okay, let's put some stuff away. I'm gonna bring all that back with us, but oh well. At this point, a lot of the stuff's on this side now. 2 elite trophies? What are the odds? That's actually a super low chance of happening, but I'll take it. I will take it. We don't have sausages yet, but we don't have the spice rack. We gotta hang a spice rack up, and then we'll be in good shape. Let's get some repairs and crash out. Get some repairs, check our arrows. Looking good. And we're gonna crash out. Night-night stuff. Oh, get in here. We go back to the swamps and get our blood bags before the next stream so I can brew up some healing potions. But I really want to get a base built today as quickly as possible, just a temporary one. And then we'll figure out the layout for like a pretty cool castle, I think. I'm thinking a huge round tower, and we put everything in the tower as much as possible, and then a couple of outside stations rather than the sort of outdoor castles I've done in the past. Kind of combine the ideas. Okay, let's see. Food. Got our rest is topped off. Just one more bump in the health and head back out. Back to the office. I don't think I'm going to bother moving all the metal. I'm probably just going to farm more copper and tin over here. So, I mean, we're literally right on the edge of the Black Forest. That was part of the appeal, so... And we do like a 2-story... Let's see. Well, I got some ideas. Let's get back to work. Is there a pile in here? No, so we just need to kill these guys. That's easy. To it. No wood. No wood. Did I miss you? Oh, we can just deconstruct real quick. Switch to the hammer, so when it's time to do repairs, you're good to go. Always try to take out the archers first. That wasn't a very good shot. Let's do some repairs real quick. This. Back up top. Give me a good angle. 1 down. 2 down. Oh, we stopped. Nice job. The guy is evasive. He is evasive. Look at that. He knows. Come on, man. I'm losing stamina here. Let's go. Now you can't hide. Now yous can't leave. Alright, good enough. It's these little pieces in the ground that always frustrate me. If that was a beam or not, sometimes the beams just kind of hang around. No particular reason. Alright, where's the pile? Opposite side. We're going in from here for sure. For sure. Oh man, another elite, huh? Make sure we got the hammer at the ready. Let's get that pile. Interesting that they shoot into the roof. I wonder what that's all about. Be it. Now it's your turn. This one I will alternate a little bit. Some repairs. Quick. Just let the burn effect kind of take a little extra off each of them. And yes, I am using their health bars to aim. Not above it. Ooh, that didn't even work. One more. Ooh, that was a little risky. Right now you can't hide. Ooh, you wasn't ready for it. There we go. Ooh, demanding work. Someone has to do it. So it's a pretty foolproof, near foolproof, idiot-proof maybe? Oh, I missed. Having good aim does help. Having good aim does help. Alright, let's get to it. Get it? Yep. Oh, too far away. Okay. Beams. Who came up with this design anyways? Ridiculous. just can't go too far over there. Go. Go. Oh, there we go. Good. Oh, so close. All right. We're good to go. Let's get this. Whoops, one more. Wasn't even looking for it. So the big question is what direction to face. I do want to square it off. I know we're going to do sort of a round tower concept, and maybe we'll do a raised round tower, but I'm thinking over there is where it's going to end up. So what I want to do is build a temporary base, like more out here towards the edge of the water. That'll be like a functional temporary base. We're going to have to get a lot of stuff leveled first. So I'd say we start with where the wood is and just kind of work our way over. So this is one level and we just kind of keep going. This is going to be the point from which we depart. Oh, yeah, see, sometimes we, so that was one of those tiny little corner pieces that was in the dirt. Like if this roof line was slanted down, there was like a beam here and then another one underground. If you put enough of it underground, it'll destroy itself and then pop up out of nowhere. There we go, there's another one, see? What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The trick to terraforming is don't wander too far from like a known spot that you've been working. So for example, this section, I've only clicked it once. You want to click every spot at least twice, maybe 3 times. But you notice how I did like a little section here. So then I was like, okay, I know I can stand safely here, and then I move out a little bit more. And now I know I can go about that far out. And see how far we want to go. And from here, we stand still. Again, we want to keep expanding. Click on everything at least twice. We want to start figuring out where is the edge. In other words, if we put a level just over here, right, we can see north, south, east, west. Like it makes the lines for us, which is very convenient. So you can stand here, look at the branch, and we know, okay, this way facing the mountain is east. This way is facing north. You get the idea. So from here, now orient ourselves and say, okay, maybe from here we kind of want to start heading north. Where is that line? It's right there. So we can just say, okay, let's make an edge like right here. And again, I'm going to click in front of me like 2-3 times just to make sure it's nice and level, because you screw up here and it kind of rides through the rest of the design, so to speak. And you can see now we have a difference in level. You can see like my crosshairs in the middle of the screen, in the middle of the sky. When I touch the ground, you see that circle and that plus in the middle? When the ground is level, it's just a little plus in the middle of the screen. But when it's lower, it shows you by how much. That's how much lower the ground is over here compared to right here. So we're just going to kind of stop there, level all this out again several times. And then we're gonna kind of cut 90 degrees this way. And we'll just assume we can't go any further that way and see, all right, if that's it, what does that look like? Let's go out this way a bit. Again, I'm gonna overdo it with the terraforming. Kind of a little boring. But if you watch, look in front of us and watch, it kind of rises up like 2-3 times before it actually levels out. So just keep that in mind when you're doing yours. And we're just going to keep going. So there's one of those good things probably break in a minute. The hardest part of this whole thing is the patience. Make sure you're hitting everything 2-3 times. You see how quickly we've got a very large space, very, very, very flat. We got very lucky with this village. Made life a little bit too easy, but we like the builds. So this will be a nice canvas for a nice big fat build. but I don't want to spend all day doing this. So let's kind of focus on just right up here and see how far back this way I can go before it starts becoming a problem. Just a reminder, we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep going. You can always bump out one side at any time, but this looks like we had like stuff cleared all the way out to here, right? So let's just go ahead and use it. And then we'll keep going this way. I don't recommend making a box and then filling in the middle. I always run into problems. But this works pretty good, just kind of sweeping side to side. And then take a rest, get your stamina up. And I'm thinking right up here is where we're going to go ahead and make our own sort of mini fort. Using the run-in base design. We're going to see if we can put it up in 20 minutes. Or less. 20 minutes or less. Pretty good build time. One day, it'll be like an Amish barn raising event, except it's just stumps. Stumps in a base raising event. We'll do one more sweep, at least one more sweep. And again, we can bump out some of this if we want to. A lot of options. A lot of options here. I think we'll go up to here and then over. So that'll give us like one or two more sweeps. Yeah, you gotta hit it all 2-3 times. Just be really thorough. Better to do this right than have to fix it later. It's actually can be really hard to level things out after the fact. Way harder than before the fact, but until you run into it, you don't really know the value of it. So it's easy to kind of shortcut some of this. Give them another rest. We're almost there, Stumps. Hang in there, buddy. You're gonna have a beautiful house at the end of this. Look at that difference in depth right there. Like plumb bobbing. It's interesting when it's above or below. Looks like it's below right now. Actually pushes the whole ring up. I didn't notice that. Like, you notice the circles are emanating from the top of the line, not the bottom. And then when you go over here, it's emanating at the bottom because it's level. All right, let's keep going. I didn't realize the circular rings went up and down as well. It's interesting. Okay, I understood the line, the purpose of the line. But you would think the circles would always sort of focus on the target. Nice thing about strafing left and right and leveling is you tend to get a pretty straight line on the opposite edge. You may have to do it again by hand if you like that, like super precise. But at this point, I'm pretty happy. So look over here. Oh, it's pretty decent. And I was planning on going further anyways, so I'm just not going to worry about it at this point. And we got to decide, do we want to face east? Do we want to face the mountain? Or do we want to face the ocean? Personally, the ocean's nice, but I really like this view, especially with the branch up there and everything. So I think I'm going to build a little bit to the right here, knowing that I'm going to fill all of this in. So let's build right up to the edge of this. Now let's get to it. Let's port back, get rid of all this stuff. See if we can get some sleep. I think that's east and our shadow's headed that way. So a good night's sleep, one day of building, and hopefully we have a beautiful home at the end. Didn't really need to bring the wood back. Put that there, put that up there. Work. We have to take it all back with us, actually. Not thinking ahead. Not thinking ahead at all. I don't feel rested anymore. Oh my goodness. Hang in there, Stump. Hang in there, buddy. Alright, let's load up on wood. This is what we were going to use for the build anyways. Take all that. We'll take all that. And we got a whole bunch out there already, so should be an easy build. Easy peasy. And the nice thing is we put it all in chests, we pull it automatically, so we don't even have to have it on us. See how far we can get before we run out of juice. There we go. Let's see if we can... this is good enough. And we'll just put it right here. I think this should be enough range. Actually, we should do this on the leveled part, because we know we're going to need it later. So this looks like we leveled up here. Use this as sort of a marker like that. Look at all those stacks of wood. Looks beautiful. If you're a builder, that's a beautiful sight. Unfortunately, it doesn't auto-pull from these piles, so we're going to put all this wood in a chest. Because CraftyBoxes is just that helpful. I held out for a long time on the mods, not intentionally, just sort of wanted to experience the vanilla experience, what the developers intended. But I've very much enjoyed working with the mods. And I encourage a lot of you that are thinking about trying mods, give it a shot. Just try one or two. Don't throw 10 in there at once. You won't understand what each one does. You won't know what to tweak. Okay, we're good. We gotta get our sleep. We gotta get our sleep. But I'm very much enjoying the modded version of Valheim. Just kind of takes the hassles away that you didn't know was such a hassle the first time you did it. It was all such a new experience. But if you're playing, 5, 10, 20 games of Valheim, I don't want to say it gets stale. It's just some tasks are highly repetitious. Highly repetitious. 99 sounds. Okay, I've got a timer set for 20 minutes. Day 32. I'm going to load up on food. We're going to go out and build this thing lickety-split. We might even fence it off. Who knows? We might even have time to fence it off. All right. So I don't want this guy bothering me. Let's deal with it. No. Clean up after ourselves. Boom, like that. Well, this could be real interesting right here. We could actually go all the way out to here and make like a lighthouse or something. I mean, we could easily square it off all the way out to this. Very, very, very easily. I'm trying to figure out where to place this thing so it's going to be the least inconvenient when we go to build the castle. I think right about here is probably right. Put it out in the middle a little bit more. Now let's get building. So, like I said, we don't want a piece that sits on top of the dirt like that. We want it to be like halfway in the dirt. So we're going to align with the world grid. We're going to pick, let's do right about here. That seems reasonable. I'm going to do that same trick. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. So if you're targeting the beam, it's going to try to attach to the beam. And you can see it's like halfway above the ground. That's when we delete this, everything's going to break. So put a beam in. And we're going to hold shift. And as we move down the front, we should slide down into the ground. And then when we hit the ground, boom, it'll pop right up out of the ground. Now it's nice and flat. And you can tell because when you put more beams in like this, you can see it's halfway in the ground now, which is exactly what we wanted. So I'm gonna position it like this. Whoops. And have a drink of my beverage. We're getting a little dry. Okay, so let's finish this build. This is the floor plan, really simple. Again, there's a whole video for this, so if I go too quick and you don't follow all of the steps, can't remember them, that's okay. Next, we put in a bunch of pillars. I recommend bottom snapping, and you put it at all the corners. Put a pillar at every single one, and you double it up. It's gonna be a nice big structure, give us lots of space to work with. Same on the opposite side. It's a mirrored design, symmetrical design. Which, by the way, you could always mirror a second one over here, facing this way, the way this sort of U kind of faces in that direction. Just gives you twice the storage. It works really, really well. Again, bottom snapping makes this part really easy. Now it's going to slope in at 26 degrees, like this. All right. Put one there. You get the idea. And like this. So we need to raise our pillars here to match that. Let's do another, again, bottom snapping, just the inside ones. That's an extra pillar. That was my bad. Okay. And then the sides here, we want to use the solid piece because it's going to be visible. We don't want to leave an opening. Over here, it's going to be a little bit different. You'll understand in a moment. So we just put it in like that. And then we're going to frame up the rest of it. Like this. This. And, yep, like this. You only need to do these two. This one's going to be destroyed eventually, so we don't need to worry about it. There we go. And then the next part is simply, and again, snap at the bottom. Do more like this on all three. We're framing up the roof. And then a bunch of 26-degree crosses. Make it look like a Viking lives here. Okay, so I have the framing done. Next, we got to do the actual roof. So I want to offset it by 1 meter. We're going to use this horizontal post right here. Beam. I guess they call them a beam. And we're going to use this roof ridge, 26 degree. We're going to target the end of the post, right? So we're targeting right there. So it touches it. And then we toggle through the snap points until it's embedded halfway through the X or the cross. And then we toggle back to auto. Snap on the end, snap on the end. And this gives us that 1 meter overhang on the front and back. It's going to look really, really nice and natural. And then the next step, using top snapping point, just keep extending the roof. Very easy. I forgot to start my 20-minute timer. That's a bummer. I'll put the stream as a timer to it. You can check that. Same thing on this side. So you'll notice by doing this, you get the 1 meter overhang, not just on the front and back, but also off the sides. Looks really good. Move in a bit. Just like that. Right? Looks like a natural house. And then we frame up the edges. Or finish off the edges, however you want to say it. Can we get it done in one day? That's the real question. I feel like it's almost evening. It really hasn't been that, has it? No, not at all. It's not even noon. We'll face east, and you see our shadow's still behind us, so it's definitely not noon. If it was next to us like this, that would be noon. So, 10 a.m. still. Pretty good. I also like finishing off the edges. I just think it's nice. And it's easy to do. Not much wood. Oh, we don't have a workbench. We might have to move our workbench. Actually, I don't think we need to be this far out anymore. We can do the rest from inside. So now we do the walls. Now these back walls are going to face inward. They look really nice. I try to target the edges of the walls. Same thing here, facing inward. But these two sections are bump outs, and they're going to have stuff in them. So nobody needs to see these walls. They're going to be kind of concealed a bit behind objects. So this side's going to have a bed and some storage up top. This side is going to be all storage. It's going to be completely covered. So we can have those horizontal beams on the back there that kind of hold it all together. We can get rid of that. Hide it. Whereas we'll have the nice ones showing here. Same thing up top. We want the nice side pointing in. Get that finished off. Both sides. And then I like to do just a little bit of flourish here. We'll keep those 26-degree lines going and kind of finish that off like that. That's going to be the opening for our smoke. So we're going to take this and say, okay, let's use a top snap point, then switch to a center snap point. And I like to do just a simple design like this. Notice I'm overlapping them a bit, like that. You can do a different design. This is where you can kind of play around, make your own thing. But what it does is it sort of traps the smoke back here and forces it to go out there. I know there's holes here, but that's not how the physics of the game works. As far as the game is concerned, these are solid pieces. So those holes don't exist for the smoke. It kind of will permeate through a little bit. That's not what's really happening programming-wise. Okay, so let's move this thing inside. We're good. At this point, we can place this, and I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So you see on the left there, I'm trying to get the corner of the bench to touch the edge and corner right there. Right, so you see how it lines up right at the seam, basically. Looks really, really good. And then behind it, we're going to put all the upgrades. But for now, we're going to fill this with chests. So we destroy these bottom two beams. And we switch over to 1 meter beams. And then we switch over to 1 meter posts. And again, use bottom snapping for this. You can go right up like that. And then we put in a bunch of floor pieces. Doesn't really matter which way they're facing because no one's going to see them. These floor pieces are for placing the chests. So if you're missing, like even the bottom one, if you're missing them, it'll cause problems. You won't be able to place the chest properly, and you'll have to kind of break things apart, figure out what the problem is. And finally, we finish with some more posts. Like that. Subdivides the whole thing. They each have their own floor, so they're targetable. And then we start putting in chests. So we'll just switch over. And again, this is crafty boxes. We're still pulling from over there. I don't have any wood on me. It just makes building so much easier. So much easier. If you have the materials, you build. And you can be as precise with this as you want. I've spent hours getting the perfect alignment on my boxes. I think it looks nice, but for the most part, they're all just going to kind of blend together. It doesn't have to be super precise. Okay, these top two rows, you got to have stairs, so we'll zoom out. Switch over to some stairs real quick. And you plant the base of the stairs aligned with the center. See what I did there? I basically eyeballed it and then align it to the front of where the boxes are going to go. You're going to be careful of this. So switch back over to chests, zoom in. And if you go up to the top step first, you can do the top row. But do only the top row. Don't try to do above and below. Just go across. good. There we go, and then drop down a step, do the next row. I do the next row. And boom, so now we have 16 chests ready to go. Okay, ready to go. Let's build over here now. So the top part, what I like to do is build a row of storage. So we'll do this. And then we're going to frame it up like we did before. And notice it's going to rain, but we already got our roof up, so we're good. We don't care. We do not care. And you don't even need to bottom snap. You can aim at the top beam, like right above. As long as you've got that seam between those two, it gives it something to snap to. If you just try to do that, it won't work. It doesn't have anything to snap to. Gotta have a floor underneath it or you won't be able to place your chest. Then we'll do the steps again. Facing the other way. I'll stand in here so I don't get wet. Switch over to our chest, and this time it's just the top row. So we go to the top of the stairs. Put this thing in there. Get it done. Good to go. And we'll build our bed real quick. And this you can center. It's so deep inside of a building, you're not going to have any problems with exposure. Like I could probably, yeah, see, it's not even a problem now, but we're still going to build a little bit around it just for the aesthetic. Again, we're going to use those 26-degree pieces. It's hard to snap to the bottom. It just doesn't seem to want to do it. There we go. Sometimes you snap to the side. So for example, you do this. And notice I'm aiming at the green beam. I'm not trying to do it underneath. Doesn't seem to work. Place is a little bit better. And there we go. We got a place to sleep. We're good to go. We do need some stone to make a fireplace. Campfire. And then we can start moving stuff in here. So at this point, we kind of have to get wet. Another thing I like to do is just extend the roof one more set of tiles. And it's exactly, this rain is exactly the reason we do it. Just gives us a little extra shelter. You can set up your portals and come in underneath, or you can extend the base, which is what I'm actually going to do. So we're going to face this off. You can try 2 sets of roof tiles, but it starts to get kind of, notice that's already orange. It might work. You might be able to get a second set of tiles in. I'm going to put this up, just facing it off again. So far, I think we're at about the 15-minute mark. But again, the stream is recorded, so you can check the timing yourself. And that just gives you a little extra space where you know you're dry, but we're already wet, so who cares? Let's grab our portal, move it in here. Oh, I gotta back out. There we go. Barely reach. Barely reach. And for now, we're just going to put it right here. Perfect. Miserable weather. Now we can go about kind of moving everything at this point. The metal, I'm just going to start over with the metal, I think. How much do we have? Oh, it's a fair amount. That's a fair amount. I might sail it over between streams. That's probably the smart move. Let's take a look at our map while we're thinking about sailing. We're trying to get from here, roughly here. Yeah, right here, all the way down to the village. So I think if I just ran up here and sailed down, like that's not too bad of a run. Just a couple trips. Actually, no, we can't set up portals. I just don't think I can fit through here, and God only knows what's down here. This could be like a whole continent. It's just too shallow to fit through here. So the choice is run it across here, run it across there. I think this is probably the easier option. And then bring it all down here, so... At this point, it's 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so this is normally when I finish up. I think I'm going to stop here. No, actually, I'm going to do one more thing. Thinking about it. This will actually finish the build. It's the last part I like to add to it. We came back for stones. Let's go ahead and take back as much as we can. And I'm going to name this farm. So we have a portal here, and we'll rename this so we remember. Billage. Just so I could count the proper number of deletes to hit. Okay, and our stone goes up here. Flint goes next door. Wood goes up here. We'll get more stuff moved later, but let's get the crafty boxes going. And I like to target so I can see where the seam is in the middle and just kind of dotted line up on that. And if you rotate, you'll notice the line goes between the rocks. I feel like the rocks are kind of, feels like a little deeper versus a little more shallow, but your call. So that gets me dry, at least when I get back. And we're going to build one more thing on here, so we're going to get a little bit wet doing it, but that's okay. So what we're going to build is a little bump out here. That's the nice thing about this design. You could do a bump out off this side, you could do bump outs off the back. This corner, I'll sometimes just build a little shelf here and put stuff on top of it. There's so many options, but normally I do get rid of these parts. Go. I jump up there because the upper beam, this one, the wood always ends up on the roof. You gotta like jump up to get it. There we go. But later you can put campfires back here. That's usually what I do. Fermenters, all kinds of stuff. Up to you. But we're gonna put our fermenters up front because they look pretty cool. They look pretty cool. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do it on both sides. Keep the symmetry going. I'm gonna go ahead and put these floors in now. Again, this is how we place the chests. It won't work with the dirt. Try it out for yourself. Never works for me. Oop, do some repairs. I was like, uh-oh, we gotta go back to the other base. No, we're good. We're good. And then we're gonna put this in like this, and like this. Go. Oops. Like that, and then a vertical beam, both sides, and then these 26-degree, we're gonna snap to the bottom, and then we could just use these beams to snap to that and like that, and then we'll put, actually it's easier to put the roof in first. I know it's a roof under a roof, I don't care. I don't care. The reason it got to be this way is because I didn't always bump it out like this, and this stuck out to like keep it closed off. And I never updated the design. I think it looks fine. Some side walls for where our chests are going to go. This is going to turn into storage. All the way around. That. And then a nice flat base for where some fermenters can go. Finally, we'll zoom in and place our chest, and that'll complete the build. One day, right up to evening. If I wasn't such a chatterbox, probably would have gone even faster. There we go. Beautiful. Matter of fact, we can sleep here tonight, but most of our comfort items are over at the other base. So at this point, I'm going to spend the time between streams just moving in. I'm going to try and bring all the metal over. That's kind of a boring sale for the stream. And then I'll probably build some kind of fencing out here. And I may terraform a bit more. I might actually raise just a little bit of ground over here. But look at the... I'm going to say we got to check the water height. This isn't even like a bad storm. I wonder if we need to be concerned about that. I will keep an eye on that and see. Oh, here we go. Doesn't seem to be coming any further inland. I think we're good. Maybe we don't want to build out too far. Zoom back out. Beautiful view tonight, Stumps. Put a little something to keep your bones warm in the weather there. Oh, margarita. Good choice. Good choice. Oh, punch in the wind. Okay. That's it. Let's head home. So, next week, I have an idea for a build. I want to build a barn here at the farm. I was thinking of building a barn like here in the corner with a silo off to the side here, just for storage, real simple stuff. We'll keep doing breeding up here, and then we'll use this space for other things. It's a ton of space, like a bigger farm than we'll ever need, but we'll still put it to use. Let's double check our turnips real quick. Hey, we got turnips. We got turnips. That's nice. That opens that up for the rest of the stream. Oops. Let's switch over to this, and I'm going to plant seeds, and I'm just going to keep this going. We've got 8. There we go. Again, I'm giving them a little extra space. I don't want to lose them. So that I'll keep going as well. So when we come back, we'll have turnips at the ready. Can we make anything yet? No. No, but we need more turnips for, where is it? This, the spice rack. We got everything else. We probably could have kept 3 of those, but anyways, I'll keep that going. Keep the farm running. I'm going to put Stumps to bed, and this is where I think we'll end the stream. Almost went to the blank screen there. It was a long pause. Anyways, that's it for me and Stumps, or Stumps and I, however you want to think about it. This weekend, I will be out in the Ashlands on a multiplayer server working on my charred fortress. So maybe I'll turn that into a video or a short or something. Maybe post some pics of it on my Discord channel. So if you're interested in seeing that kind of stuff, definitely stop by, register with Discord. And that's it for me. Have a good weekend, everyone. Stumps out.